Trailblazers, building young minds.
Every generation is remembered for two things: the value it preserved and the leaders it raised. Today, we are surrounded by brilliant young people with incredible potentials, yet many are navigating life without guardians, without examples, and without someone intentionally walking alongside them. We believe that has to change. On 18 July 2026, Youth Missions Global hosted the Trailblazers Workshop, bringing together various professionals, entrepreneurs, and mentors for an impactful session focused on equipping participants with knowledge and skills needed to mentor the next generation. How the vision was born.
My name is Pastor Casey Eze, Kelechuku Eze particularly, and I'm privileged to be the pioneer and the founder of Youth Missions Global, the ministry to young persons who is putting together this. Well, I grew up having a lot of help. I had a mentor, a number of mentors who believed in me growing up. So my own passion is not coming from having experienced anything negative and then wanting to reach out. It's been born from the perspective of giving to others what I was given. That's what drives me in reaching out to young persons and every other thing around it leading up to reaching out to young persons is stemming from this particular foundation. The idea of the fellowship or the ministry as well, for the longest time. It's been 20 years since I've been reaching out to young persons. It started as far back as when I was a teenager and has been on consistently till now. First and foremost, our name is Youth Missions Global. So it already suggests that it's a global vision. We intend to touch young people all over the world. We have a vision to have a Christian teens and youth center in every nation in the world. Right now, we have one in Abuja, Nigeria, that has been catering to the lives of hundreds of young people in trainings, in guidance, and the rest. So it's something that is going to be very large, and that's why we are having Trailblazers Fellowship, because it's not something we can do alone. No one person can achieve such a big vision as this, and therefore we're having this convergence to get as many young professionals as possible who God has laid it in their hearts to reach out to young people, to be a part of what we're doing, so that together we'll touch the world. Most especially to people who God has laid it in their heart to reach out to young people. I would say you are late already. Come on board and let's get this work done together. God bless you. Thank you very much.
My name is Favor Eze.
Tell us about this program.
Okay, this Trailblazer, the Trailblazers Fellowship. Okay, it was birthed from Youth Missions Global, a concept that our founder, Pastor Casey Eze, has had for a long time to ensure we reach out to young people. Now, why this program? Youth Missions Global has been reaching out to young people for a long time, and in the process, on our journey of reaching out to young people, we realize that we can't do it alone. There are so many other professionals we need to get in to impact these young people. Godly professionals they have perspectives that we probably might not even bring to the table. So we thought that it would be great to have professionals join us in this journey to reach out to young people, to make sure it's more impactful, and so that younger people can see a reflection of who they want to be: medical doctors, lawyers, tech enthusiasts, and all. So that's it. And why still being Christians? So that's what the Trailblazer Fellowship. This vision is inspired so that we can reach out to much more young people to be mentored by Christian professionals, because it's important to be a Christian and also succeed in your profession and your career. So that's why we're having the Trailblazer Fellowship for experienced professionals, Christian professionals. It was more, Pastor has explained this. I didn't really have a negative experience, but I'll put it this way: I wasn't born with a silver spoon. In fact, some of the desire and vision I had, I didn't know how these things would be. It was difficult. The more I think of it, the more I'm incapacitated, of how these things would be. I had lofty visions. But what had happened is that in the middle of that vision, we had programs like this, mentors, people that mentored us at different points in time, people that reached out to us and made us believe in ourselves, gave us opportunity to dream and see a possibility in the vision we had. So when they did this for us, it made us, it made me believe that I could. And I'm grateful to God. Where I am is not a reflection of where I'm coming from at all, and all glory to God. So I want to be that person to other people. Okay, so where the message for us is that this is a movement, that a Christian organization, and I use Christian because there are a couple of mentoring organizations and all. And Pastor rightly said that mentoring cannot be done without God. So that's why this Christian mentoring organization, this Christian mentorship is such that you will see the results you desire to see in young people. And I'm encouraging other Christian professionals. God needs your expertise. I said something in a video I made. I said, if you have experience, expertise, and influence, it means God has a use for you. You have a generation to impact. So join us as soon as possible. It's open to Christian professionals that want to mentor. And don't even be hesitant if you think you don't have all it takes. You'll be trained. There are resources, there's a structure to support you through the mentoring journey, and you'll be better for it.
Trailblazers Fellowship is more than an event. It is a movement. A movement of Christians who understand that success is not measured only by what we accomplish, but by who we raise. It is a platform where experience becomes legacy, influence becomes stewardship, and every professional is empowered to intentionally mentor and shape the lives of young people for kingdom impact.
So don't let anyone overcomplicate it for you. Mentorship is not about having all the answers. There is no one person alive or dead who has all the answers. In fact, what we see instead is that we see many people who we judge as imperfect being used by God mightily for things we can only wish that God used us for. There are no perfect people anywhere. There are no perfect people anywhere. I was teaching, leaders some time ago. I told them that if you are looking for a perfect organization, you won't see. The reason is simple. You are there. The fact that you are there makes the organization imperfect. It's as simple as that. And so just like you are imperfect, every other person in that organization is imperfect. And that's why there's such a thing as navigating human relations. One of the people I don't envy, I have one in my house, HPC. I don't like that thing. Even though I do it for a living in ministry way. They're always quenching fire. Somebody, like, common sense is not common. But you should have easier said than done. There are no perfect people. I've also watched my wife in the line of her duty believe in someone that did something that is termination worthy, and the person is a star today. You are going to see a lot of things like this in dealing with young people. I have a principle. If God brings any young person under my care, they have 10 years to change. I give myself and them 10 years to start seeing changes. Not 2 weeks, not 1 year, 10 years. And that's the principle I live by. 10 years. I don't give up. My wife believes I don't give up on anybody. Well, let them clock 10 years first. Let's see. 10 years. After 10 years and there's no change, I might be the one to pursue them, But I've realized that with that long group, you actually see people change. People are in different phases of their lives, coming from different backgrounds, with different experiences. What will take one person a year to navigate can take another person 6 years. What will take someone 2 hours can take another person 2 months. It doesn't mean they are bad. They are just in the different stages of their lives. This is also one reason why young people navigate to us a lot, because parents have very short fuse. They deal with these young people like they are adults already. And that's one of the things that was highlighted. You must come down to their level. When we say come down to their level, you are coming down to their level to understand them, not to their own level of values and principles that needs upgrading. No. Okay, so how do we become effective mentors? How do we become effective mentors? Number one, be intentional. Number one, be intentional. Intentionality is underrated. Intentionality is where you are very, very particular about weaving it into your everyday living, not necessarily making it a part of your existence. Just like Glory rightly highlighted while she was speaking earlier, you are going somewhere. Is there a young person you can ask to go with you? Practical example. Do we all agree that it's difficult to find helps in our houses today? Very difficult, right? Not for me. I guess you know the reason already. Moreover, anybody we have as a help in our house or with us, any of our young persons, they know that their time is limited. They are not going to be there forever. You will go to school. But there is no time we need help that we don't find help. We don't trust who we didn't train. Never trust who you didn't train. That's why you keep having issues with house helps because you want already made. Is she a good girl? Hope she does not steal. Hope she's this. And then they say, yes, check, check, check. And then the person comes on the basis of those things. You are now expecting just deliver on your job. And then you start seeing signs and wonders. But if it's someone you've trained, your values have become the person's values. You can entrust things into their care and close your eyes. People think that when you invest in people, they can hurt you and not. And the answer is yes. But in my line of work for this, number of years, I can tell you that people who will betray your investment in their lives are not up to 10% of all the people who are going to appreciate it. The bad is always magnified more than the good. And if it's a case of majority of the persons you invest in betraying you, chances are that there's something you are not doing well. Chances are that there's something you are not doing well. All right, so be intentional.
Mentoring session equip participants with simple but powerful tools for becoming effective mentors, building trust, modeling godly characters, listening well, creating opportunities, and helping young people discover God's purpose for their lives. The fellowship also created space for meaningful conversation, new relationships, and a renewed commitment to raising kingdom tree. On the red carpet with MPTV, we caught up with some of the attendees of the Trailblazers workshop to hear about their experiences and key takeaways from the event.
But haven't seen this kind of program where people are being trained to learn how to mentor teenagers is a big win, because I didn't have that privilege of, having people to run to us to that gets to tell you what to do. Should I say more like I grew up making my own decisions myself, but I thank God for his inner direction that kept directing me on what to do. So having this kind of program is very needed, and I think it's a very good thing for the teenagers to know that there are people they can look up to, their big aunties, big uncles that they can look onto without fear. That's the aspect, without fear of being judged. So I think this is a very good thing to be done, and I'm glad to be part of it.
Jolly. And this event for me is an encouragement and also an eye opener as to the things that need to be done in terms of the youth development, in terms of mentoring young people. For me, I've actually always had the passion, but where to start. So for me, one thing that stood out is being able to start with your immediate community, your immediate environment, in your day-to-day activities. It doesn't necessarily need to be in a very formal way, like just having conversations with young adults, asking questions, encouraging them as well, has been very impactful for me.
I think for me, this program, I think we didn't have. For me, I didn't have so much opportunity as this, but I think for this is a huge opportunity for every young person out there looking to grow right, looking to build right, and looking to network with the right people. I think this is an opportunity for you to come on board and get to do that. Yeah.
For teenagers today, I think programs like this and systems like this would actually help provide clarity to them. Yeah, that's one thing that we were not so privileged to have. We did not have, a community like this where we are mentored and where we are, counseled, guided in a more structured manner, right, towards our future. And so I think that's a benefit that is, of course, an impact this fellowship and this structured mentorship platform would help provide young people today. So clarity is a key advantage that young people are going to have as benefits. And then next would be the guidance as well, because you see, as teenagers, we are new to a lot of things, right? I mean, we have not been at the stage of life that we're in now, right? So we're all new to the experience, and so having people who have gone ahead of us speak to us and counsel us on, you know, the way forward, how best to approach life's decisions, life's actions, and all that is actually a great advantage that youth today will benefit from programs like this. Yeah.
Inaugural fellowship, the first of this fellowship, and I mean, from the questions asked today, I want to believe that a lot of people got new perspective on how to manage um, maybe their mentees, and how to like build relationship with any young persons around them. So I think that it's of great, even me, that is even part of the organizers, I learned new things. I learned that it's important to love your mentees equally.